felt about that news conference. And my favorite Detroit Lions fan is Jalen Rose. Jalen, what'd you think of your new guy?
I applaud his enthusiasm. He used to play for the team. It was laughable to me that some people thought that Eric Bieniemy would interview for our job, knowing that we weren't going to pay top dollar for a coach. With that being said, I want the big fella to understand we need resuscitation. This whole kick in the teeth and bite at the knees, we're already dead. We need you to bring us back to life. We won one playoff game in 60 years. Like, Greeny, like I remember when Wayne Fonts went 8-8, we played Another One Bites the Dust. And it was Gary Danielson and Eric Hipple. And then Bobby Ross got the job, and he wanted to put a fullback in front of Barry Sanders. And you know what Barry did? He retired. We had Marty Morningwig as our coach. And I remember, I'll never forget, watching him and Rod Marinelli play against one another. And I'm like, no, Rod Marinelli, when you're a Lions fan, you can cuss. It's Rod Marinelli and Jim Schwartz. I'll never forget, I was watching the Cowboys play against the Eagles, and both of those coordinators were being celebrated, and I'm thinking, those are the last two Lions coaches, and one of them went 0-16. I root for a team that went 0-16. So I'm just happy that he wants the job. But here's what I want him to know. Lions fans like myself are diehard. It's the organization that's had Lynn Barney, okay, Night Train Lane, Barry Sanders, Megatron. Am I selling it to him, Greeny? Is that a good
You're doing the best you
job?
can. You don't have to sell him. He's already taken the job. Let's see how it goes. All right. I'm glad that you're excited at least a little. Let me go through some basketball with you here, and then we'll get to the main event, if you will. Let's talk about the Lakers and the Bucks last night. They went head-to-head. So it's Giannis and it's LeBron, and we take a look here. The early going here, Giannis was playing well, bringing the ball up. Anthony Davis giving him room, and Giannis is knocking it down. He scored 25 points last night, had 12 rebounds, and also doing it on the defensive end. Look at him saying, get that out of there, to LeBron James. LeBron flying down the lane, and Giannis says, not in this house. The Bucks had a 4-point lead after one. But let's take you all the way to the fourth quarter now. The Lakers are up by 5. That's Kuzma for LeBron. That's LeBron, and it's good. The Lakers an 8-point lead. He scored 34 on the night. Under 5 minutes to go. Giannis trying to keep his team in it. Little turnaround Jay in the painted area. A 7-point game here. Next Bucks possession. They're running the ball again. How in the world is this not a walk? I guess that doesn't really matter. Giannis lays it up and good. It's a 4-point game after the free throw. Under 3 to play now. Lakers are up 2. Look at the ball movement. Look at KCP. 3. He was 7 of 10 from 3-point range on the night as he knocks that down, and then looking for a dagger. It's LeBron James with just over a minute to play. They're up by 5 now. They're up by 8. 34 for LeBron, 8 assists and 6 boards, 25 and 12 rebounds for Giannis, but not enough as the Lakers get the win. And Jalen, I'll just ask you the same question I asked Timmy Legler earlier this morning. Are the Lakers just on their own level as we look at the entire NBA? Is it basically LeBron and the Lakers and everybody else?
Absolutely, and that's kind of how I see the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL. It's like, if you had to take them or the field, you want to take the field because there's so many other teams. And then you realize that one team has Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kelsey. And in the NBA, you realize one team has LeBron James, Anthony Davis, are the defending world champions, added Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell. You still have Kyle Kuzma. KCP made 7 threes last night. You could go on and on about this Lakers roster, the depth that they have, the experience that they have, the confidence that they have. So yes, the Clippers can be a big-time foe. The Utah Jazz, the Denver Nuggets. You know, there's so many other teams that are going to contend in the West, but the Lakers are on a entirely different level than everybody else. And it's almost sad to see the Milwaukee Bucks window close, Greeny. I know the last time I was on this show, I was trying to be the last of the Mohicans. Like, the Bucks are going to win the East, even though Kevin Durant got Kyrie Irving and James Harden. And then that same night, I was watching League Pass, and Giannis went 1 for 10 from the free throw line. And the big fella, while he's working as hard as any player in the league, is still shooting some air balls out there on the court. So I decided, Kevin Durant is winning the East. Kevin Durant is winning the East. Whoever's out there with him, they're going to win the East.
So it'll be the Nets and the Lakers, says Jalen Rose. Okay, the thing I also really wanted to get into today, as we approach the one-year anniversary of the tragic death of the great Kobe Bryant, today is actually the 15-year anniversary of one of the most famous games he ever played, when he scored 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. And Jalen, you, of course, were on that Raptors team. You personally gave up 18 points. We've had our share of fun with that. And you and Kobe, of course, had a lot of fun with that over the course of time. The olives, who will ever forget when he wanted 81 olives in his martini? And I just wonder, in the wake of what has happened over day 15 years after that night.
I can't lie, Greeny. I want to celebrate the legend of the Black Mamba. And for me, it was an honor to be the bug on the windshield as he had his all-time great scoring affair, the second highest scoring game in the history of the NBA. I'm glad it was his first time that his grandmother got a chance to watch him play, and all of the great things that come with the Mamba mentality. But the one thing I always tell people about that game, and I was a player that played with a lot of enthusiasm and talked a lot of trash or whatever. If you notice, those ain't really highlights. Like, if you ever watch Kobe Bryant play basketball, what you watching right there, those ain't highlights. That's just him putting in work. And he never talked trash. He never said anything. Because when you talk trash and you hit your chest and you point up at the sky and you do the airplane wings after every shot that you make, you know what happens? People want to hurt you. They want to double team you. They want to triple team you. They want to quadruple team you. And he did none of that. And I can't front that he's not here anymore. And this is like the first time that I guess I've talked about this since his passing. It hits different, because I used to be able to still text him about this. See, the one thing a lot of people don't know about Kobe Bryant and I is we actually had a relationship, a friendship, and it just really feels awkward knowing that his family won't get a chance to see him go into the Hall of Fame. You know, he won't get a chance to, you know, have his statue outside of the Staples Center, and we can't in the flesh celebrate his greatness. But for this day, please honor the Black Mamba. Please respect his family. Send them your prayers and your well wishes, and everyone that passed in that horrific helicopter accident. And again, there are going to be a lot of people that speak on the Black Mamba's behalf and represent his legacy. I'm really grateful that I got a chance to play in that game and got a chance to see his greatness up close and personal.
Beautifully said. And I think for all of us, it just looks different. Game of the night from the NBA, and it was a good one, and maybe a preview of the NBA Finals. LeBron and the Lakers taking on Giannis and the Bucks. Pick it up in the first quarter and just watch Giannis here working. Anthony Davis gives him room, and Giannis makes him pay, knocking it down. He had 25 on the night. Later in the first, how about Giannis playing defense? LeBron to the basket. Giannis says no way. Bucks up 4 after 1. Watch Giannis getting it done on the defensive side. But to the fourth we go. Good game. Lakers up 5. It's Kyle Kuzma with the ball for the Lakers for LeBron, who spots it up and knocks it down. LeBron scored 34. Lakers up 8, under 5 minutes to go. It's Giannis working inside. Little turnaround action. 4 minutes left. Bucks are within 7. Next Bucks possession. Take a look at this, and you tell me how this is not a walk. 1, 2, boom. Giannis up and good. They don't call it. That's not a walk. Bucks make a 4-point game with a made free throw. Under 3 to play. The Lakers are up 2. Good ball movement. KCP in the corner 3. He was 7 of 10 from 3-point range on the night. Lakers by 5, and then LeBron looking for a dagger, up by 5. Final minute of the game. Spots up and knocks it down. Again, 34, 8 assists, 6 boards for LeBron. Giannis had 25 points and 12 boards, but a career-high 9 turnovers, and the Lakers come away with the win. And here's our guy, Tim Legler, who's here to break it down. I have 2 questions for you this morning, Legs. Let's just start with this. Are the Lakers at this point just in a league of their own as far as how good they are and how good anybody else is?
Yeah, they occupy a shelf unto themselves. There's no question about it, because they're just too deep for most teams. And they also have great balance in what they do, Greeny, because they can attack you inside and in the post, and they seem to win all of those individual post-up battles. And I thought that's the way they started out the game against the Bucks. Milwaukee decided to play Anthony Davis straight up in the post, and he went to work on them and scored at will. And then LeBron James beat him up pretty bad from the perimeter. And then that final component that you wondered about this Lakers team. Would they get enough role-playing support three-point shooting? Well, they certainly got it last night. And this may sound nuts because it's a one-possession game with 2 minutes to go. The game wasn't that close. I just never felt, I watched every second of the game, and I never felt at any point that the Milwaukee Bucks were really in the game. And it was a 2-point game with 3 minutes to go. That's how easy the Lakers made it look at times. And so that's why right now, because of their depth and because of their balance and the ways they can beat you offensively, they occupy a shelf unto themselves, and they're clearly the front runner to win a title.
All right, so that's one side. And then on the other side, what do we say coming out of last night about the two-time defending MVP, Giannis?
A lot of the same things. He runs into the same issue sometimes because he lacks that